Have you ever heard someone say to another person, "Don't spill that coffee," and then seconds later, watch that very thing happen by accident? Right now you're probably laughing because it's funny. It's funny because it happens all the time, doesn't it? For some reason, it seems the more you tell someone not to do something, the more likely it actually is that they will do it, or that the accident will happen. Now, why is that? Sometimes we attribute it to simple disobedience. For example, when a child is testing a parent and the parent has said, "Don't do that." However, it's more than just a simple testing of the boundaries. There is a biological, scientific reason for this, and it has to do with the way that your brain is wired. So, why do you always seem to do the very thing that you were told not to do? Your subconscious brain struggles to process and interpret negatives. In essence, it hears and acts upon the command to do the very thing that you don't want it to do, i.e., smoke, leave the spot that you're in, or spill that coffee. Your subconscious mind does it because it doesn't have the capacity to think. It can only act or create based on what is of value. That value is a product of your entire map of reality and every event that you've ever experienced over a lifetime. The subconscious actually is 100 times more powerful than your conscious mind, and the subconscious is an automatic mechanism. It kicks in and acts about half a second before your conscious mind even knows that it's happened. If you say to yourself over and over, "Don't spill the drink," or you tell a child, "Don't miss the ball when you swing the bat," you are focusing the attention of the subconscious mind clearly on the opposite of what is desired. Instead of instructing them to, carry the drink safely to the counter or "hit the ball, son," you have accidentally commanded the automatic mechanism of their brain to do exactly what you don't want them to do. The automatic mechanism of the mind is now focusing on missing the ball. It's not that the mind doesn't hear the word "don't" or can't understand it. That is a common misconception and a mistake that some people make in explaining this phenomenon. It is that the entire sentence that you spoke is designed to create the opposite of what you want. You have to look at the sentence in its entirety to understand why it will not work to create the desired effect. It is for this same reason that many self-help books, DVDs, and audio CDs simply don't work to deter unwanted habits and behavior. Many of the NLP and hypnosis practitioners have mistakenly loaded their materials with embedded commands like, "You will not have any problem sleeping," "You will not want to have any more cigarettes," or "You will no longer have cravings for fried chicken and beer." Now, unfortunately, these programs are doomed from the start. They only serve to further entrench these undesirable patterns by confusing the automatic mechanism of your brain. If you want to change your behavior or get around a problem once and for all, you must think of a new way to phrase the desired behavior in a positive manner. This requires you to remove all the negatives or references to the problem in the sentence. Rather than saying, "Don't mess up the calculations," you could say, "Be careful to ensure that all of the calculations in the spreadsheet are double-checked and correct." Instead of saying to your child, "Don't throw that toy at your sister," you should say, "Put the toy down on the floor now and come to me." Instead of telling yourself or others what not to do, focus on what you want to do or have happen. It can be difficult at first to unlearn old patterns and pessimistic language. However, with practice and the positive reinforcement that comes from achieving the results that you desire, you will find it easier and easier to speak and behave in new and empowering ways.